Hey, Megan. Good evening. How's the music, Megan? It's probably gonna get louder too, so. All right, hi guys. If you're joining. Okay, good. How's everyone's day been? It's been a weird day with this, for me at least, with the snow and the sun and so we're gonna get started in either a meditative seat, nice easy seat at the top of your mat, or if you'd rather child's pose. And that's where we'll get started this evening. Got about 1 more minute. All right, guys, go ahead and get started. So from your easy seat or your child's pose, just begin to settle in. I wanted to read something here this evening just because mindfulness is so intertwined with our yoga practice, and also it's so helpful to me in just daily living, but even more so in times like this where things are uncertain and we have a tendency to, at least I do, sink into either depression or anxiety and let our emotions and our thoughts control us. So just like to read this real quick. I think it states it very well. Most of us don't pay attention to the habitual nature of our thinking. We don't pay attention because we have not been taught how to do so. An untrained mind can cause significant distress even without your knowing it. You may find that your thinking falls into one of two extremes. On one end, you get so tangled up in your thoughts that you pay too much attention to specific thoughts or worries to the point where you cannot think about much else or see the bigger picture. At the other end, you pay very little attention at all to how you think. Perhaps you tend to feel as if things just happened and cannot figure out how events unfolded or what led up to your reaction. Each of these extremes can lead to problems. When you are unable to figure out how feelings, thoughts, and events unfold, you get stuck in suffering. Awareness, attention, and curiosity allow us to take control of our thinking and our responses so that we can break these patterns. Why should we pay attention and be curious? A lack of attention and curiosity keeps all of us living routine and habitual lives and can create distance from painful thoughts and feelings. This may seem like a good thing or may even be your goal at times, but it's not an effective long-term solution. Keeping your distance from your emotions may be driving our suffering. Paying attention to thinking means slowing down and looking in detail at our thoughts. So the speed of our thoughts, such as, are my thoughts racing? Are they sluggish? The quality of our thoughts, such as, are my thoughts organized around from one subject to another, like a monkey leaping from tree to tree, that monkey mind we talk about. The tone of our thoughts, are they angry, judgmental? Are they kind and loving? And the actual content of our thoughts, such as, what am I thinking about? The dinner I'm gonna make, my partner, the fight I had with my boss, what's going on in the world right now. As a goal of this practice, people who develop mindfulness lose control of their thoughts and feelings. By simply paying attention, you have more joy, peace, and serenity in the way you live. Learning how to do this can free you from the chaos and stress in your mind. For someone who has never practiced mindfulness, freedom from chaos can be pretty hard to imagine, but we can practice mindfulness. Begin to deepen the breath if you haven't already done so, lengthening the inhales and the exhales. And then we'll meet in a tabletop. If you're in child's pose, just pressing up to that tabletop. If you're in a seat, just rolling over onto hands and knees. And we'll get started here. From here, we're just going to warm up with thread the needle. So as you inhale, lift the right hand up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, slide it through, planting the shoulder down on the ground. From here, you can choose to extend that top hand out long, or even drape it around your back. If you'd like, you can even extend that left leg behind you for a little added extra fun. One more breath here. Then you'll plant the left hand, sweep that right hand back up once more. Exhale, release. Take some cats and cows here in between sides. Slowly warming up through the spine. Inhales, you drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhales, you round the upper back. Flowing through a few of these at the measure of your own breath. Again, adding bigger movement if you'd like. C shapes here. Maybe hip circles. And 2 more breaths here. And then we'll take that thread the needle to the opposite side. Inhale, you lift that left hand up. And then thread it through, letting that left shoulder fall down onto the ground. This right hand can come up and over, reaching out to the top of the mat, or it can bind behind your back. If you want more, you can extend that top leg, playing with balance here. One more breath. Bring that right hand down underneath the shoulder. Bring that left hand back and up one more time. Inhale and exhale. Both hands plant. We're back in our tabletop position. From here, we're going to come to sit back onto our heels like a hero's pose. Or we're going to come up onto our toes here for a little toe stretch. You can stay here, or you can begin to walk those knees out a little bit further for a more intense stretch through the toes. Everyone's going to be different here. And then from here, we'll get a top of the foot stretch. So planting the feet down, leaning back, feeling the stretch on the top, the tops of the feet here. I kind of like to rotate back and forth. And then we'll come right into a hero's pose. You can sit back in those heels, or they can come out around behind the outside of your thighs here. Inhale, we'll lift those arms up overhead. And then as we exhale, we'll draw them down through cactus arms, trying to draw those elbows down towards the hips. Shoulder blades squeezing together on the back. Take 2 more. Inhale up, exhale. Open the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades together. One more time. Nice. From here, we'll take a side bend. Plant the right hand, left comes up and over. Switch sides, left hand comes down, right is up and over. And let's just sway side to side from here. If you're ready for bigger movements, these can turn into those half camel swings here. If you want to lift the hips up and open up, or if you want to just stay grounded here. Maybe just a few more, side to side, awakening the body, inviting in this movement. After you're evened out here, we'll meet back in that tabletop position, and we'll tuck those toes, press the hips high for our first downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out, warm up here. And then we'll begin to walk those feet up towards the hands, maybe on the tiptoes. And we'll fold in for our first forward fold here. Keeping a nice bend in the knees here. So first forward fold, maybe bending it to one knee and the other. From here, we're going to come into our Padahastasana. So the hands are going to tuck underneath the feet here. We're going to open the feet up to about hip-width distance apart. Slide those hands under. So the toes are up near the wrist. Bend the elbows and we fold in here. Keeping a nice deep bend in the knees if you need to bring the belly to the thigh here. So you can feel that release through the hamstrings. Take 3 breaths here. Maybe even wiggle those toes up into those wrist creases. Give them a little massage. And then we'll inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, we'll rise all the way up. We're back at the top of our mat here. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take some sun A's here. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift you up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step those feet back. We're in a plank pose. Hold in here, just a few breaths. Then we'll take our half vinyasa as we lower slow through that chaturanga. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, we're going to step it to the outside of that right hand. So we're in this low, wide lunge here. From here, we're just going to straighten and bend. Straighten and bend into that right leg here. Just a few more times. Just waking up here. Then we'll plant the hands, swing that right leg all the way back and up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let's roll forward to that plank again. Take a spinal balance from here. So we'll lift that left leg up behind us and see if we can lift that right hand. If that's easy, let's take a crunch as elbow meets knee underneath. Nice, backing out. Plant the hand in the foot. And we'll take our vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the left leg up. Exhale as we draw it up to the outside of that left hand. And again from here, straighten and bend. You can take whatever movement you like here. If you want your hands kind of surrounding that foot and that feels better, you can do that. You can kind of sway side to side. Just make it feel good. And then we'll swing that left leg back and up. Inhale. Exhale, we'll set it back down. Again, we'll roll forward to that plank. Take that spinal balance on the opposite side. Left hand extends, right foot comes long. Hold here, or take that crunch underneath. Nice, backing out. Plant hand, plant the foot. And we take that vinyasa. Take 3 breaths here. Then we'll step, hop, or float back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, we'll rise up. As we exhale, we'll swan dive back in. Forward fold. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant those hands, step or hop back to your plank pose. Take that vinyasa. Meet back in downward facing dog. We'll take that through one more time. Adding on here as you inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the right knee. Squeeze and hold it here. Inhale, backing up. Exhale, step it to the outside, that right hand. Bend into that near here. Back and forth just a few times. Inhale, we'll lift that right leg back and up. Bring it back down for that downward facing dog. Roll to that plank. Take that spinal balance. Left leg extends long, right arm is out. Take that crunch. It's going to be shaky and wobbly, but try it anyways. And then take your vinyasa. Lifting the left leg high. Inhale, exhale. Draw that left knee to the left elbow. Squeeze and hold here. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, step it to the outside of that left hand. Then straighten. Whatever movement you like here. Inhale, that left leg comes back and up. Setting it down here. Rolling to plank. Spinal balance on the opposite side. Right leg long. Left arm comes out. Crunch it in. Elbow meets knee. Backing out. Setting the hand to the foot down. Take that vinyasa as you lower slow through your chaturanga. Your up dog, your cobra, and your downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. From here, we're going to hop up to our Vinyasa pose. So bending deeply into those knees, hopping up, legs come wide. We land, or we meet up in our Vinyasa. I'm going to turn around and face you guys. So we're in our low yoga squat here. Just taking a few breaths here. Maybe you want a twist here. Maybe you just want to stay in stillness. We're just going to play with a little bit of crow pose here. So from your Vinyasa, planting the hands, lifting those knees up into the armpits, leaning forward for your crow pose, and then coming back to your Vinyasa. So maybe you just play there, crow, Vinyasa, floating back and forth. If crow is something that you already have in your practice and you have it's pretty stable, maybe you'd like to work on flying crow. So we come up into our crow, and we're going to play with balancing one foot and extending the other. Bringing that right leg behind you, extending it. See if you can bring it back. Back to Vinyasa. Maybe it's just playing with that balance of lifting that one knee off of the arm here. Just hanging here. You play with that, switch sides. And I'm going to plug my speaker in. Okay, hopefully it doesn't die on me. So when you're done playing with your crow, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. You can take a sip of water or a breath in child's pose. Go ahead. We'll meet in that downward facing dog. From here, we're going to step those feet out wide, maybe a little bit wider than mat's distance apart here. And then we're going to walk those hands back towards our feet here. So we're this wide-legged forward fold. We're going to take a twist here. Left hand comes to the right ankle. Inhale, lift that right hand up for a twist. Switch sides. That right hand comes to the left ankle and we twist. Then we'll walk those hands back out to a plank, keeping those legs nice and wide here. So we're in this wide-legged plank. Let's lower slow, elbows hugging to the ribs, all the way down to the ground. Hold here, lift those hands up even, press back up. Let's take 2 more, 5 more, whatever you want of these push-ups. You know I'm going to add in push-ups in my class, so. Nice from here. Lift those hips back high. We're going to hop those feet up together. Back to our downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift that right leg up. Exhale, right knee comes to right elbow. We're going to swing it over to the left elbow. Back to the right. Take 3, take 5 of these. Swinging it back and forth. And then we'll inhale, lift that right leg back up. As you exhale, we're going to step that foot up in between the hands. coming up for a warrior one. As you inhale, lift the arms here. Take a minute to sink in here. That back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hips are shining forward. Nice. From here, we're stepping all the way up to a marcher's pose for some standing balance poses. Inhale, up for marchers. That left knee, I'll face you guys for this. That left knee is up high here into the chest. From here, bring the hands to the waist. We're either going to grab the knee or take those peace fingers, line up that big toe, and work on straightening this leg out. Trying to keep the shoulders and the hips square here. So that might mean that you need to keep a nice deep bend in the knee here. Breathe. And then from here, as we exhale, we're going to open it out to the left. If you want more of a challenge, your gaze can look over across the right shoulder. And then we'll bring it back through center. All right, you ready? Fun movement here. Maybe bending that knee a little bit. As we switch straight here, right hand's going to come to the outside of that foot. Left hand comes behind for dancing Shiva. Turn around here. From here, we have a big movement as we're stepping all the way back to reverse revolve. So maybe we'll take a few of these as we kick up to that dancing Shiva. Step back, reverse revolve. Kind of fun just to flow back and forth. Playing with it, we'll flow through it again, so you get a feel for that movement. Inhale here. As you exhale, we'll cartwheel those arms down. We're going to lift that right leg, keep it lifted as we take our vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, press back, downward facing dog. Step or hop those feet out wide again. Walk those hands back. Taking that same sequence again here, taking those twists. Right and left. Walking those hands out to that wide-legged plank. Taking that dead stop push-up first. And then add on 3 more, 5 more, whatever you want. Lifting those hips back to downward facing dog. Let's hop those feet up and together. Inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Swing it over to the right. Back and forth, guys. If you had enough of that, inhale that left leg back and up. Exhale, stepping that foot up and through. Back foot comes to that 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one here. Take a minute to settle in. Maybe a little movement here. All right, we're stepping all the way up for that marcher's pose here. That right knee comes into the chest from here. Taking these standing balancing poses from the opposite side. Hands come to hips, grabbing that knee or peace fingers. Bind up that big toe. And we extend that leg straight. So thinking about pulling the shoulder and the hip back so they're square. As the hamstring slowly opens, we'll be able to straighten that leg. Open it out to the right. Maybe you want to look over that left shoulder for extra challenge. Bringing it back through center. Switching the grip of our hands here. Left hand comes to the outside of that right foot. We open up for our dancing Shiva. And then we have that big movement here back to our reverse revolve. Stepping back, right hand lifts. If you want to take a few here, kind of figure out the movement. Dancing Shiva, reverse revolve. Inhale, get nice and tall here. As you exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Lift the left leg, take your vinyasa. Nice. Take 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog. Gonna go through that flow one more time. You guys get sweaty? Ooh, I am. Step or hopping those feet out wide. Walking the hands back. Taking that twist here. To the right and to the left. Walking those hands out to that wide-legged plank. Taking your push-ups, however you like here. Maybe you skip them, maybe you just hold in this wide-legged plank. Just a fun way to do push-ups, and you might find that it's easier with a wider base here with your legs. Eventually those hips will lift back up. We'll hop those feet back together. Inhale, we'll lift that right leg. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You know where we're going now. Take those swings back and forth. Inhale, back it up. Exhale, that right foot steps up between the hands. Rise up for warrior one. We're going to step right up into our marchers from here. Hands come to hips, peace fingers. Extending that leg. Working on our balance. Opening up to the left. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Bringing it back through center. Right hand comes to the outside of that foot. Dancing Shiva. Stepping it back. Reverse revolve. You want to take a few? Go ahead. And we'll cartwheel those hands down. Lift that right leg and take that vinyasa. Take a few breaths here. Stepping those feet wide. Walking those hands back. Take those twists. If you like a different movement, if you just like to sway here, feel free. Your practice. I'm just here to guide you. Walk those hands out all the way to that wide-legged plank. Last time here, guys, for those push-ups. All right, you got this. Hips high. Hopping those feet up together. Inhale, we'll lift that left leg. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Swing it to the right. Back and forth. Inhale, that left leg will come back and up. Exhale, as we step that left foot up between the hands, rising up for our warrior one. And we're stepping all the way up for that marcher's pose. Right knee comes up, really draw it in up into the chest, like we're stepping up into something really high here. Hands come to the waist. Find peace fingers, bind up that big toe. Think about squaring those shoulders, keeping the hips square, as opposed to reaching out forward here. See how my shoulders coming forward? So we're coming back. As the hamstring opens, then we'll be able to straighten that leg. Open it up. Gaze can look up the opposite shoulder. Coming back through center. Switching the grip with the hands here. Dancing Shiva. Coming back through our reverse revolve. Maybe take a few of these. Last one. Inhale, reverse revolve. Cartwheel those hands down. Left leg comes up, and we lower down, taking that vinyasa. Nice, from your downward facing dog, drop to the knees here. You can meet me in a child's pose. You can take a quick restorative pose, so child's pose, hero's pose, or in headstand is restorative for you. Take a few breaths in your headstand here. 5 to 10 breaths here. As you're ready, we'll lean back in tabletop and we'll press back up to downward facing dog. We'll take our last flow from there. From our downward facing dog, we'll inhale, lift the right leg once again. As we exhale, we're going to cross it over the body. Extend that right leg long for our jackknife. And then we're going to sit down from here. Not facing you guys, I'm facing you guys. So we're in this wide-legged fold. We're gonna fold over that back leg. So that would be our left leg we're folding over. Inhale to bring those hands back to the top of the mat here. And lifting right back up into our three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale as you step that foot up in between the hands. We rise up for our crescent. So we're on the ball of that back foot. Take a few pulses here if you'd like. We're going for a prayer twist next. So bringing those hands together at heart center. And then taking that twist. So left elbow is going to come on the outside of that right knee. Twisting here. And then we'll rise back up into our crescent. And we'll fold in for our half moon. So right hand can come to the right corner of the mat. Or maybe it dangles it here. Maybe it comes to the shin. So we stack those hips for our half moon. Exhale, fold in for stand-in splits. Left foot comes up long behind us. Maybe a hand comes around the ankle. Maybe both. From here, we'll step the left foot back. Plant the hands and inhale, lift the right leg back up high behind us. As we exhale, we're drawing it up for our pigeon pose. You won't be here too long since it's part of a flow. But if you'd like to add in that mermaid bind here, the pigeon, bending that left knee, grabbing for the foot. If you can grab the foot, maybe that foot can come to that elbow pit, reaching the right hand up, and we grab bind here. Otherwise, we can just fold in for a few breaths here and release into our pigeon. One more breath. We'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Pop into those left toes. We'll inhale. Lift that right leg back and up. I kind of like to bend, twist, and open. Kind of swing that knee back and forth to release. Eventually, we'll plant that right foot down. We're back in our downward facing dog. We'll inhale, lift the left leg up. As we exhale, we're swinging it over towards the right, opening up for that beautiful jackknife. Exhale as we lower the hips, come to a seat here in this wide-legged pose. We're going to turn our torso to the right and fold over that back leg. Take a breath or two here. Swing those hands back up to the top of the mat, planting those hands, lifting the left leg back and up for three-legged dog. Inhale here, exhale as we step that left foot up, rising up for our crescent pose. Prayer twist is next. Hands come together at heart center, and we twist. Right tricep is coming to the outside of that left thigh. Really pressing those palms together to lift you up away from that thigh as you twist in deeper. Use your breath here to help you twist deeper. Nice, we'll inhale, backing up to that crescent as we bow in for our half moon. Left fingertips can come towards the left corner of the mat. We can let them dangle here, working on balance. And then we exhale, fold in for our stand-in splits. From here, plant those hands, step that right foot back. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, and then draw it up for pigeon. And again, if you'd like to try that mermaid bind here, bending into that right leg here. If you've got the foot, I kind of like to work it back and forth to warm up. See if you can maybe bring those toes into that elbow pit here. Reach that left arm up and behind. Maybe reach for fingertips. And then we'll release that leg. Fold in for our sleeping pigeon. And release. Take 3 breaths here. Planting those hands. Again, popping onto those right toes. Lifting that left leg up. rehabbing how you need. Maybe bend, twist, and open. Take some hip swings here. Exhale, we'll plant that foot down. We're back in downward facing dog. We'll take that flow through just one more time. Inhale as you lift that right leg up high. Exhale as you step it, or excuse me, cross it over and open up for your jackknife. Setting the hips down. We're in that wide-legged fold here as you turn the torso towards that left leg and fold in. Swinging those arms back up to the front of the mat. Right leg comes back and up. Inhale. Exhale as you bring that right foot up in between the hands. Rise up for your crescent. Hands come to heart center, and we take that twist here. If you want more here, you can open up those wings, plant that left palm, and open that right hand to the sky here. From here, we'll meet back up in that crescent pose. Inhale, exhale as we fall in for our half moon. And then folding in for our standing splits. Inhale here, and as you exhale, plant those hands. Step the left foot back. Inhale, lifts the right leg. Draw it up for that pigeon pose. Staying lifted here if you'd like, or just folding in just for a few breaths. Bringing those hands back underneath the shoulders. Lifting the right leg, backing up. Maybe bending that knee a few times, back and forth. Setting the right foot back down. We're in our downward facing dog. We'll inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale as we cross it over the body. Open up for that jackknife one last time. And then we'll come all the way to our seat. Turn the torso towards the right leg, and we'll fold over. Coming back, swinging the hands back to the front of the mat. Inhale as you lift that left leg back and up. Exhale as you step it up in between the hands. Stand on the ball of the back foot, rise up for crescent. Hands come to heart center, and we take that twist. Again, if you'd like a deeper twist here, you can open up those wings, plant the left palm, right palm, and open the left hand high to the sky. We'll all meet back up in the crescent pose, and then fall in for our airplane. Inhale here, exhale for the last standing splits here. From here, we'll plant the hands, step the right foot back, lift the left leg up high to the sky, and then bring it in for pigeon. Again, taking any lifted variation that you'd like here, or just folding in. Take 3 breaths here in this pigeon. Planting those hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting that left leg back and up. Maybe bend, twist, and open here a few times. And then that left foot comes back down. Let's drop those knees. Coming all the way to a seat. Swinging those feet around. We're going to come all the way down to our back for a little bit of ab work before we end here. So making our way to our back. We'll draw our knees up as so. Hands will come behind the neck. We're just going to take some yoga bicycles here. So right elbow comes to the left knee as you extend that right leg. And then switch back and forth here. Nice and slow and controlled here. Keeping that low back glued into the ground. Keep going. Take maybe 10 more here. It's going to be just fine. All right, from here, if you want more, let's straighten those legs. And you can reach with opposite hands here if you'd like. Or you can keep the hands behind the head. Remember to keep breathing. Let's take 5 more here. Nice, and then we'll bring those knees back in, plant the feet. One more exercise here. I got this from Ashley last night, and I really like it. So we're gonna come to our back, extend those legs up high, open them up to a wide straddle, swing them around and down and back up. So open up to straddle, swing them around, so they're still hovering, back and up. Take a few more like this, and then we'll reverse. This is great for the hips too. Hear my hip popping each time. From here, we'll reverse. So we'll bring the legs down so they're hovering a few inches above the ground. Open them up to that wide V, and then swing them back up. Lower down, open up, straddle, swing back around. Take a few more of these. Thank you, Ashley, for this. This is super fun. All right, last time. Bring those feet down. Let's take a nice big good morning stretch here. Kind of stretch out those abs here, extending those toes long. Reaching the hands up overhead, stretching from fingertips to toes. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, release. Here, let's bring those feet back up towards the sits bones, planting the feet, drawing the knees up into the chest. From here, as we let those knees fall over to the left, slowing it down now as we're near the end of our practice. Breathing into this twist. One more breath here. As you inhale, draw those knees back and up through center. And exhale as we let them fall over to the right here. Two more breaths here. Inhale, bring those knees back and up through center. Let's take a happy baby. So you reach for the outside edges of those feet. Draw those knees down towards the armpits here. Maybe take a little rock here. Maybe you make those check marks. I know this feels great for me to extend into one leg and then the other. And bring those knees back in through center. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Let the forehead rise up to the knees here. Squeeze everything in tight here. Make yourself into a little ball. And then exhale, release it all. Let those feet fall open. Settle in. Take a nice big cleansing breath if you like. So settle in for a final resting pose. Shavasana, well-earned yogi rest. Releasing the breath. And we take rest.
If the world comes tumbling down, I'll never could forgive myself for needing love. You're the one, you are the only one. Such a fool, I took your loving on the roads. You took the bow and didn't let it show. You stuck around and let me know. Built a family of our own. Look around, when you got it all the love you found. So many reasons I would fight to stay. You're the chorus when I fade. Take a look at what we've made. But here we are, after all the messes Well, if the world comes tumbling down, I never could forgive myself for leaving now. You're the one, you are the only one. Won't you decide? Won't you decide? I want you to soar. Don't dare anymore. Won't you decide? Won't you decide? I want you to soar. Don't dare anymore. And if the world comes tumbling down, I never could forgive myself for leaving out. If the world comes tumbling down, I never could forgive myself for leaving out. You're the one, you are the only one. If the world comes tumbling down, I never could forgive myself for leaving out. You're the one, you are the only one.
Beginning to bring your awareness back to the body, back to the breath. Wiggling fingers and toes, waking up slowly. Eventually drawing those knees up into the chest, rolling up to a nice easy seat. Hands can draw up at heart center as we take a moment here to bow in with gratitude. Gratitude for this practice, for this community. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your heart, let your light shine out bright. Thank you so much for joining me this evening and sharing your practices with me. The love, the light, the joy, and the peace that is within me sees, honors, and so humbly bows before the same light, love, light, joy, and peace in every one of you. Namaste. Have a lovely evening, guys. Hope to see you here next Wednesday, 5:30. You're so welcome.